EHang second quarter 2025 earnings call. The first ever flying taxi actually carrying passengers. Hey up everyone, welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I'm Vaz. Do you know what time it is? It's time to start talking eVTOLs. I could not do it. I had to do my little intro about eVTOLs. Right, let me just mute myself because I can hear myself. That's a good sign because the sound and the audio, the video is coming all through. What is EHang? Well, you can see above me, we are covering the completely new sector, the completely new market. And I think I will do a great justice if I show you some pictures and some footage. So what actually is EHang? Well, they are called, as much as I don't like it, they are called flying taxis or air taxis. And if I could pick one of these, I would literally pick EHang to be labeled as an air taxi. So what is this? Imagine a hybrid between a drone, a helicopter, your yellow cab or London cab, a bit of an airplane as well. Think of literally what you see: a large drone or a hybrid between a helicopter and an aeroplane carrying passengers. VTOL. What is an eVTOL? Well, the VTOL stands for vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The E there is for electric, and obviously, as it gives away, the electric gives massive advantage for this product to the new market. One, obviously it's electric, that means it's green. Two, it's much safer because you have multiple rotors. If you compare this to your traditional helicopter, obviously if you have a helicopter with single or maybe two rotors, if one of these fails, there is a great chance it's a critical failure. If you have 8 of these, let me just replay this video again for you, or maybe if I give you this one, not this one, if I give you this one, this is Archer Aviation, one of the market leaders, along with EHang. So if you look at this in particular has got 16 rotors, same as EHang, the one you could see before. This is just for more passengers and a bit different concept, different style, different design. But if one of these rotors fails, there is still redundant 15, 16, 11 more, and the aircraft can actually carry out an emergency landing, if not even finish the trip. So it's green, it's safer, it's quiet as well. If you look at the noise levels of your traditional helicopter, the noise level is between 80 and 110 decibels. These flying taxis, as they like to call them, we are looking at noise levels between 40 and 60 decibels. But what is the biggest advantage? If you think of very densely populated cities, like Dubai, New York, Los Angeles, Asian cities, you can be stuck in traffic, in congestion for hours, literally for hours. You know what I'm talking about, people from large cities. And why would we move in 2 dimensions when we can fly and move in 3 dimensions? So this in particular is Joby Aviation. I will show you EHang videos in shortly, just because it's handy and I've got it all set up on my buttons on my Stream Deck. So rather than being stuck in traffic, you can take your 3-dimensional flight and cutting your travel time from hours, say 1.5 hours, 2 hours, down to mere 10-15 minutes. Look at the speed, look at the range. So this is something we are definitely interested in, and we see this as a very new emerging market. We are in the early days of Tesla. Think of Tesla. First EV, electric vehicle ever, electric car. Nobody believed it. You know that Tesla was traded at the levels of $1 pretty much before the lift off, but nobody believed in Tesla. That's 10 years ago. Look where Tesla is now. Trendsetter, pioneering the whole electric vehicle market, and now we have other companies catching up. EHang, there is actually one of the companies who are pioneering the market very quietly, under the radar. You know about Joby Aviation, you know about Archer. Those who follow us, you know about Vertical Aerospace and others. EHang have been under the radar. Why? Because they are more tucked away and they are focusing on the Asian market, which is giving them massive advantage. The regulation is not so, I would say, not so demanding. So there's a lot of rules that we can sort of, I don't want to say twist, but we can sort of push them to one side. We can sort of adjust some rules, some regulations, just so we can roll this out. So what is actually EHang about? Well, I've been to Paris Air Show. I brought you this live on our show. We will start the earnings call shortly. Bear with me. This is the very EHang EH216S. It's the passenger version, 2 passenger aircraft. As you can see, 2 seats. It's a very small 16 rotor aircraft. It's electric powered. It's fully autonomous as well. This one is the very first fully autonomous eVTOL. The other companies, I know the stream was a bit laggy. We had some technical issues, so bear with me. This is the live footage, the actual footage I brought to you live on our show. So most of the eVTOL market are currently piloted, not EHang. EHang have massive advantage. Sorry about the ad. EHang have massive advantage compared to the rest of the market because the others are flying with pilot, and then later they will have to adapt and improve their aircraft to be able to be autonomous. EHang is doing it right off the bat, right from the start of their race. So what we've got here, we've got EHang earnings. The earnings happened, there was a sell-off last night, and there was a big sell-off in the pre-market. I can see this as a great entry opportunity because we have price targets as high or in the range of $22. We have some higher price targets. We have some $26. We have some $32 price targets, but there is obvious upside. I would like to say one thing. The Chinese, as much, I don't want to sound patronizing or racist, but Chinese, they are good. If I could pick 2 things Chinese are good at, it's batteries and it's mass production. What is this aircraft about? It's about batteries and it's about mass production. EHang are already targeting. Let me just play a little B-roll. EHang are targeting up to 1,000 aircraft to be manufactured yearly by the end of this year. And as you can see, they have already been flying their aircraft on multiple locations in multiple countries, and they have actually been commercially flying passengers in 2 Chinese provinces. How about that? Where is Joby? Where is Archer? Where are the others? That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying EHang have been flying very low under the radar. And that's not it. It's not only about passengers. EHang have been also developing their cargo variant of the aircraft. They have also been developing a hybrid long-range aircraft, which we will talk about shortly. And they also have been developing their firefighting version of this very aircraft. How about that? How about that? Some of you might remember I did a special a few months ago about the EHang EH216F, the firefighting version. I'll show you the footage shortly. But as you can see, there have been multiple presentations pretty much all around the world. Obviously, EHang have been targeting the Asian market. As you can see, the proof of concept, it's literally flying 2 passengers on board. What I noticed in the Paris Air Show, I tried to engage with EHang multiple times. I tried to engage on the show. No luck, but don't worry, I will bring you some more content. I've got something planned and I'm working on something else. But you can see some updates on the screen right now. This is official footage from EHang YouTube channel. So it's just a B-roll. And then we are going to start the webcast in a minute. Bear with me. So what I noticed is fairly small. It's literally built for the Asian market. So if I could pick one of the downsides, I would pick, well, if I could pick some downsides, it would be two. One, it's the size of the aircraft. I would say it might not be the best fit for your typical Western passenger. Not only in terms of width, but obviously in terms of height as well. And I would say another downside would be the regulatory demands. You can see it's safe. I'm not saying it's something dodgy, it's something dangerous. But obviously the regulations and the standards in Asia are not on the same level as the Western ones, as the FAA, CAA, EASA. So there might be some obstacles in the worldwide adaptation. That's why EHang probably are first trying to adapt on the Asian market. This is not a bad thing because EHang will have probably 2-3 quarters head start compared to Joby and Archer, and they can be developing their aircraft, they can be getting feedback, and they can be developing their aircraft built on the data gathered from the actual practical use. So that's EHang. Again, we'll be dedicating more airtime to EHang. You know who follow us, the eVTOL market, the air taxis, the advanced air mobility, multiple names, it's all channeling into the very same aircraft. This, Archer's Midnight, Joby S4, Vertical Aerospace's VX4, you name them, give them whatever name you want. It's just basically advanced taxi that will take you from point A to point B, avoiding traffic in the 3-dimensional travel. And obviously electric, quiet, safer, you name it. So we are now looking at one of the leading adapters of the whole eVTOL market, and we know that we will fly. You might not know, but I'm telling you now. We will fly first passengers as well in Dubai. So EHang will be one of the first adapters in the Mid-East along with Joby and Archer Aviation, and also Beta Technologies and Volocopter. There you go. You're welcome. How about if we check on the webcast? By the way, those who joined me from Martyn's stream, let me just show you this. This should be live now. There should be number 6. There is live. Number 6 out of 10. I know Martyn's not gonna like it, but I'm gonna call it the Advent calendar. The Advent calendar of the 100,000 subscribers celebration. You have your number 6 out of 10. There's not many options. There's not many chances to get that. You have your mugs. You have your framed picture ready to put on the wall. It's already framed. It will arrive in very neatly packaging. It's not like a poster that will come rolled in. That will arrive in flat pack, nice, secure packaging. It's signed by Martyn Lucas himself. Martyn told you all about it. I just want to remind you that it's all live. And if I refresh Martyn Lucas shop, none of it is sold out. But number 5, number 4, number 3, all of it has been sold out. So you won't have many chances. I've got mine. Not telling you what number I have. I will show you on the show when it arrives. But you don't want to miss this. How about if I show you one more video? This is the hybrid aircraft we want to pay attention to, because this will be one of the main pivoting points of the earnings call. This is the previous version, is the VT30, but we are now looking at the VT35, the hybrid aircraft, which will be covering up to 300 kilometers, if I remember right. There'll be focus on the earnings call. There we go. So how about if we crack on with the earnings call? By the way, those who just joined or who are watching me from the beginning, thank you very much for joining me. We are covering the EHang second quarter 2025 earnings call. Don't forget to hit the like button. The more likes we get, if we hit 100 likes, we have good audience. If we hit 100 likes, YouTube will start promoting this and we will get much better coverage. I'm Vaz and I'm covering eVTOLs, aerospace, advanced air mobility on Martyn Lucas Investor, you name it. I've got my Saturday live show as well. If you want to talk about EHang, if you want to have regular updates on the eVTOL market, join me on Saturday. And how about if we crack on?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen,
with the earnings call.
Standing by. And welcome to the EHang second quarter 2025 earnings conference call. Please note that the management's prepared remarks and the subsequent Q&A session will primarily be conducted in Chinese, and the corresponding simultaneous or consecutive interpretation can be accessed on the English line. As a reminder, all translations are for convenient purpose only. In case of any discrepancy, the management...
It is fairly quiet. This is as loud as I can play it.
To listen to the original remarks by the management, please join the Chinese line. Additionally, both the Chinese and the English lines are open for questions, and today's call is being recorded. Now, I will turn the call over to Ann Ji, EHang's Senior Director of Investor Relations. Ms. Ann, please proceed.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us on today's conference call to discuss the company's financial results for the second quarter of 2025. The earnings release is available on the company's IR website. Please note the conference call is being recorded, and the audio replay will be posted on the company's IR website. On the call today, we have Mr. Zhihu, our founder, chairman, and Chief Executive Officer.
You missed your chance.
Mr. Zhao
Next
Wang,
chance
Chief
tomorrow.
Operating Officer, and Mr. Conor Yang, Chief Financial Officer. Before we continue, note that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements made pursuant to the safe harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's actual results may be materially different from the expectations expressed today. Further information regarding this and other risks and uncertainties is included in the company's public filings with SEC. The company does not assume any obligation to update any forward-looking statements, except as required under applicable law. Also, please note that all numbers presented are in RMB and are for the second quarter of 2025, unless stated otherwise. With that, let me now turn the call over to our CEO, Mr. Zhihu. Please go ahead, Mr. Hu.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're pleased to report on a strong performance this quarter. We successfully delivered 6080 units of our EH216 series, generating total revenues of 147 million RMB, representing 44.2% year-over-year growth and a 4.6 times rebound from last quarter, clearly demonstrating the continuous market demand and our robust operational momentum. Our order book in this quarter also reflected a strong momentum with new orders of over 150 units for the EH216 series, again demonstrating robust market interest and confidence in our products. These orders will be fulfilled in batches in the coming quarters. Today, there are more than 40 dedicated operation sites across China of the EH216-S, with coverage continuing to grow, highlighting our expanding commercial momentum. In the first half of 2025, the EH216-S completed over 10,000 safe flights without a single incident, underscoring its proven safety and reliability.
That's some great update.
This exceptional safety record not only reinforces our reputation, but also establishes a solid foundation for scaling up commercial operations in the future. Two certified operators, Guangzhou EHang General Aviation and Hefei Heyi Aviation, have already commenced a trial commercial operation of human-carrying flights in Guangzhou and Hefei. They aim to officially open the service to the public within the year, offering more people the opportunity to experience pilotless eVTOL flights. 2025 marks a landmark year at the beginning of commercial eVTOL operations in China. As the industry pioneer and first operator of pilotless human-carrying eVTOLs, we understand that building a commercial aviation operation goes beyond technology. It demands a robust safety framework, seasoned operational teams, and comprehensive expertise. That's our focus for this year, setting standards, building operational models, and cultivating talents. We're confident that this foundational approach will drive the company's long-term sustainable growth. Turning to our supply chain, as a leading participant in the low-altitude economy of eVTOL ecosystem, EHang has adopted a strategy of multi-channel collaboration and diversified deployment. We continue deepening joint R&D with top-tier upstream partners to consistently enhance the performance and reliability of our aircraft. For instance, with respect to our propulsion system, we deepen our partnership with Goshen High-Tech in June, teaming up to develop a customized cylindrical battery solution, leveraging their advanced 46 series cells. These batteries are known for their high energy density, robust power output, and versatility. This new system is designed to improve the EH216 series with longer range, better power output, and greater safety. Going forward, we plan to extend this partnership to more of our eVTOL models, working with Goshen High-Tech to build power solutions that are more reliable, efficient, and eco-friendly. In the area of airframe systems, in July we entered a strategic partnership with Mint Group, a global leader in automotive exterior and structural components. Mint serves over 70 major auto brands worldwide with a strong supply chain and exceptional R&D and manufacturing capabilities. Together, we will co-develop high-safety airframe solutions for EHang's eVTOL products. These include scalable production of lightweight cabin components and advanced human-machine interface systems. Through this collaboration, we can streamline airframe production at a scale and build a more integrated, efficient supply chain for the low-altitude aviation ecosystem. On the product front, we continue ramping up our R&D and innovation efforts, enriching our product lineup and upgrading performance. Our VT-35, a long-range lift and cruise pilotless passenger eVTOL, is a key focus this year. Flight tests are progressing very well, and we plan to debut the VT-35 in September. While the EH216 is ideal for intercity operations, the VT-35 is designed specifically for intercity travel. Both aircraft are essential elements in delivering a holistic air mobility ecosystem. We're also accelerating the path to industrializing VT-35 through deepened collaboration with the local government. Recently, we expanded our collaboration with the Hefei municipal government, signing a strategic cooperation agreement to establish the VT-35 series product hub in Hefei. This hub will integrate R&D, manufacturing, airworthiness certification, supply chain management, sales and operations, and training. The Hefei government plans to support EHang with approximately 500 million RMB through aircraft orders, investments, and industry ecosystem development, all aimed at building out a robust low-altitude economic ecosystem. On the R&D front, we remain committed to collaborating with the leading academic institutions to advance critical technologies in the low-altitude economy. In July, we established the Tsinghua University EHang Joint Institute for Low-Altitude Aviation Technology with Tsinghua University. This follows the February launch of Aerospace and Intelligent Manufacturing Committee of the Tsinghua University Guangzhou Alumni Association. By combining Tsinghua's academic research capabilities with our practical expertise in developing and commercializing low-altitude aircraft, the joint institution is designed to accelerate innovation, foster emerging talent, and expedite industrial transformation of this emerging sector. As a pioneer in this industry, we not only focus on product and technology innovation, but also actively participate in shaping regulatory and safety standards. We have contributed to CAACC eVTOL airworthiness standards, led the drafting of the vertiport technical requirements, and helped to promote low-altitude data security guidelines. Our deep involvement spans multiple key areas, including airworthiness certification for civil unmanned aerial vehicles and propulsion systems, vertiport technology requirement, operation safety regulations, training systems, and operational service standards. These efforts not only underscore our leadership in technology and application, but also reinforce our deep commitment to building a safe, standardized, and sustainable commercial development of the low-altitude economy industry. In the second half of this year, we have refined our strategy. Instead of accelerating order deliveries, we are placing top priority on providing support services to our existing customers, ensuring that the eVTOL aircraft they have purchased can enter safe, orderly, and regular commercial operations. It's not that we lack orders for or production capability. In fact, we have both. In aviation, hasten can undermine safety and sustainability. We believe in displaying and long-term value creation rather than chasing short-term gains. Our goal is to establish a proven, scalable business model, one that defines a new chapter for pilotless eVTOL and sets the foundation for enduring success. We firmly believe that safety, regulatory compliance, and innovation are the cornerstones of leadership in this rapidly developing market. We will continue to advance steadily and lead an industry towards scalable, sustainable commercialization. I will now hand it over to our COO, Zhao Wang, for operational updates. Thank you, Mr. Hu. We were able to quickly turn the backlog of customer demand in Q1 into actual deliveries in Q2. While Q1 presented headwinds, our performance rebounded strongly in Q2, both in terms of our orders fulfilled and revenue, bringing us back on a healthy growth trajectory. We're also seeing our customer base continues to expand. This quarter, we delivered aircraft to 13 enterprise clients across China, from Guizhou, Jilin, Jiangxi, Hainan, Gansu, and Yunnan, and more areas, as well as to an international client in Japan. This growing global confidence in our pilotless eVTOL solutions continues to broaden our market presence and strengthen our operational footprint. In the second quarter, new orders also picked up significantly. We received new orders for more than 150 units of the EH216 series, including from Anchun City, Guizhou Tourism Group, Jilin's Changchun Jingye High-Tech Zone, Nanchang City, and Jiangxi Air Ganpu Low Altitude Economy Company, and the Fuma Group in Lingao, Hainan. These orders will be fulfilled in a planned and phased deliveries. These strong demand highlights the rapid expansion of China's low-altitude economy and demonstrates EHang's growing competitive edge. At the same time, we are supporting our regional clients to prepare eVTOL operations that are tailored to their local environments. Whether it's in scenic areas, urban centers, islands, high altitude, or cold weather regions, we are helping design deployment plans that reflect each location's unique climate and terrain. Our goal is to enable diverse use cases such as low-altitude sightseeing, urban air transport, and emergency response across a wide range of real-world scenarios. In the first half of 2025, we completed over 10,000 flights across multiple scenarios in different regional settings, further validating our operational readiness.
It's a massive number.
With the development of China's economy, eVTOL applications are becoming increasingly diversified. In particular, the demand for emergency management use cases and smart city management, such as firefighting, rescue, logistics, and surveying, is growing gradually. Local emergency authorities across China at all levels have begun conducting tests and drill using low-altitude aircraft. To address this emerging low-altitude emergency rescue market, we are accelerating product upgrades and commercialization of emergency rescue aircraft. On June 27th, we showcased a new model of EH216 series for high-rise firefighting in Beijing's Fengshan district, which received strong recognition from government and fire authorities. Further aircraft refinement and flight testings are currently underway. On the operational front, following the issuance of our OC in late March, the operators in Guangzhou and Hefei EHang General Aviation and Hefei Heyi Aviation have adopted a safety-first, steady expansion approach, gradually transitioning from trial commercial operation of human-carrying flights to a safe, stable, and regular commercial operations. To date, both operators have completed over 700 pilotless flights without any incidents or regulatory violations. In addition, we are continuously enhancing our commercial service capabilities. We've begun internal testing of our ticketing system, optimizing the boarding process to improve passenger experience, and are exploring ways to improve efficiency, particularly through dual vertiport operations and running an operator training program for EH216S conducted under CAAC authorized trial program for large civil unmanned aerial vehicles. In Q3, our two operators will continue increasing flights to collect valuable operational data. Meanwhile, we will remain in close dialogue with the NDRC's Low Altitude Bureau and related regulators. Our goal is to officially launch commercial eVTOL services to the public within this year. Going forward, both operators will add more vertiports to build up capabilities for cross-regional and managed operations. Meanwhile, route operations from point A to point B are also progressing steadily, with both ferry flights and blasted test flights already underway. Simultaneously, we are supporting more of our customers with their operator certificate applications, helping with route design, vertiport planning, and personal training to build a robust customer service system. Our team has completed the operator training needs assessment, and the training outline has been approved by the regulator. Course development is now fully underway. Once the teaching materials are finalized and submitted for review, operator training and assessment will officially begin. This operator qualification will help address the shortage of skilled personnel and enable more applicants to meet their OC personnel requirements. As Mr. Hu just mentioned, the key focus for our business this year is the launch of commercial operations. Following a prudent assessment, we've adjusted our 2025 full-year revenue guidance to approximately 500 million RMB, up from 446.2 million RMB in 2024, reflecting modest growth. This adjustment isn't due to weak demand. It reflects our unwavering commitment to safety and strict alignment with the civil aviation protocols. We are investing in necessary time and effort needed to optimize our commercial operation processes and manage risks effectively, ensuring that our demonstration flights are high quality and scalable. For customers who have already purchased our aircraft, we are dedicating significant resources to offer comprehensive operation solutions tailored to their diverse operating conditions, ensuring safe deployment and gradual transition into regular commercial operations. This phased guidance adjustment isn't a step back. It's designed to enable more efficient, sustainable commercial expansion down the line. By building a solid foundation now, we have positioned the company for medium to long-term growth and preparing to elevate both product sales and revenues to new heights. Meanwhile, we are accelerating our market expansion by partnering with top-tier ecosystem allies. In May, we extended our strategic collaboration with the China Communications Information and Technology Group to include CCCC-FHDI Engineering Company, forming a powerful multi-party alliance. We will joint launch demonstration projects in low-altitude tourism, urban air mobility, and emergency response, aimed at building a three-dimensional infrastructure network to support scalable demonstration models. Our partnership also extends into international markets by delivering CCCC-FHDI's exceptional expertise in infrastructure development within complex environments such as coastlines, rivers, and islands. We are co-developing integrated land, water, air mobility solutions. These solutions are designed to be deployed across Southeast Asia and South Asia. In May and June, we formed strategic partnerships with China Mobile and China Unicom to jointly advance R&D, data platform services, UAV communication technologies, and related application expansion in the low-altitude economy. By combining resources and leveraging complementary strengths, a new UAV management service platform has been deployed, which will significantly enhance safety for low-altitude flights by leveraging real-time data from telecom operator base stations. This quarter, we have made significant progress in logistic applications, partnering with Yi Tianxia Zhuhai Aviation Company. Our VT20 series logistic eVTOL completed the first long-range intercity cargo flight in the Greater Bay Area, covering 83 kilometers between Zhuhai and Guangzhou in about 55 minutes. The route reduced transport time by up to an hour compared to road transportation, demonstrating a significant improvement in logistic efficiency. The VT20 series has now operated safely for over a year in the Wenchun archipelago, gradually establishing a comprehensive land-to-island and inter-island drone logistics network across the region. On the manufacturing front, while expanding the Yunfu production base, EHang is also planning new facilities in Fangshan, Hefei, and Weihai to serve different regional functions, including assembly and production of passenger, logistics, and emergency response aircraft to cover different regions across China. This layout will enable localized production and delivery based on the product type and customer location. Internationally, we continue to extend our global presence. In the second quarter, the EH216S completed demo flights in Mexico, Indonesia, and the Dominican Republic. These bring our global eVTOL flight footprints to 20 countries. At this year's Paris Air Show, our flagship EH216S captured global attention not only from aviation professionals but also from ICAO Council members. During the show, EHang signed strategic MOUs with the two partners, ANRA Technologies and FADE-A, Argentina's national aerospace manufacturer. We will jointly advance digital aerospace infrastructure development and localized certification across Europe and Latin America. In Q2, we completed test flights for the EU's U-SAVE project at our European UAM Center and renewed our flight permit for our Spain UAM Operations Center, ensuring continued progress of trial operations in Europe. In Latin America, we joined the region's largest aerospace exhibition in Mexico, where we also showcased successful demo flights. We also held a tri-party meeting with the CAAC and the Mexican Civil Aviation Authority to advance validation of type certification for the EH216S.
Right there for
Meanwhile, we're pursuing type certification in Brazil and a special flight permit in Chile. In the Middle East, the EH216S has received a human-carrying flight approval in Qatar, and we are now preparing routes and aircraft deployment. We also signed a strategic partnership agreement with Turk Telecom and are planning the first demo flight in Turkey. In Southeast Asia, we made significant progress with the Thai regulators to advancing commercial operations. We plan to run trial flights in Bangkok and Pattaya area under a regulatory sandbox program while preparing for future trial commercial operations in the designated airspace. Looking ahead, we'll continue to advance commercialization with safety as our top priority, supported by our increasingly competitive products, strong industry collaboration, and expanding global footprint. We're confident in EHang's potential for sustained long-term growth. Now I'll turn it over to our CFO, Connor, to walk us through
Do we have any
results.
EHang investors? Let me know in the chat.
Hello everyone. Before
If you
I
are
go
invested
into
in
the
EHang,
details,
and what is your
please note
average?
that all
Tell me your
numbers
average in the
presented
chat.
are
I want to
in
know your average
RMB
position.
Unless otherwise stated. A detailed analysis is available in our earnings press release on the RI site. Now I will present some key financial data. Total revenues were 147.2 million RMB in Q2 2025, an increase of 44% compared with the Q2 last year, and a significant sequential increase of 4.6 times compared with Q1 2025. These year-over-year and sequential increases are primarily driven by increased sales volume of EH216 series products. As our COO mentioned earlier, OC issuance has significantly boosted customers' interest in our products, which resulted in more active order conversion in the second quarter. Gross profit was 92.07 million RMB in Q2, showing both year-over-year and sequential growth, driven by increased revenues in the quarter. The gross margin in Q2 was 62.6%, remaining stable compared with the 62.4% in both Q2 2024 and Q1 2025. This indicates that our products maintain sustained market competitiveness and stable pricing power. Turning to expenses, total operating expenses in Q2 were 173 million RMB, representing increases on both a year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter basis. This was primarily due to our continued business expansion and increased R&D investment, which translated into higher staff compensation. The adjusted operating expenses for the second quarter, which excluded share-based compensation expenses, were 96.85 million RMB, representing a year-over-year increase of 37.2% and a quarter-over-quarter increase of 52.3%. This increase was mainly due to the company's accelerated pace of commercial expansion, with the corresponding workforce growth resulting in an overall increase in staff compensation. Additionally, our continued investment in new aircraft models and technologies also contributed to higher R&D expenses. Adjusted net income was 9.4 million RMB, i.e., excluding share-based compensation expenses and the one-off non-operating provisions made for the settlement fee of legal proceedings related to the U.S. securities class action filed in 2023, making a remarkable 719.9% increase from 1.2 million RMB in the second quarter of 2024, and a turnaround from the adjusted net loss of 31.1 million RMB in the first quarter of 2025. Since Q2, the company raised over $23 million through at-the-market offering. The proceeds will mainly be used for the company's research and development of next-generation technologies and products, team and production expansion, establishment of new headquarters, commercial operations, working capital, and general corporate purposes. The company continues to have a strong capital reserves. As of June 30, 2025, our cash and cash equivalents, restricted short-term deposits, and short-term investments totaled 1.15 billion RMB. This solid financial foundation gives us the flexibility to support future R&D investments, expand production, and grow our commercial operations. Given our strategic focus for the second half of the year is on operational execution and supporting customers in achieving safe, regular operations, we have made a prudent decision to moderate the pace of order deliveries. As a result, we have adjusted our full year 2025 revenue guidance to approximately 500 million RMB. By focusing on strengthening our commercial operations foundation, we are strategically transitioning our revenue model to a dual-engine approach, combining eVTOL manufacturing and operational services. With the steadily expanding and a more diverse product portfolio, we expect our revenue mix to become increasingly balanced, supporting EHang's long-term sustainable growth and delivering enduring value for our shareholders. Thank you.
Bear with me, at the end of the show, I will bring you my own market prediction for the next week, and they'll be following the XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin special by Martyn. So bear with me, don't go anywhere.
And our first question comes from the line of Tim Yao from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
管理层你好，我是摩根士丹利的 Tim， 感谢接受我的提问。我有两个问题啊，第一个问题，主要还是针对我们营收指引的这个下调，因为刚才其实管理层也提到了这个可能背后的原因吧，但还是想要跟进一下，就是
Sorry, I just muted my mic. That's in Chinese. I can't help you with that, but bear with me. There'll be a translation to stay on.
什么客观环境或者市场或者是运营上面的新的发现，让我们决定可能在这一块交付上面更加的谨慎。然后另外的话，即便是调整完后的营收跟可能隐含的一个下半年的出货量，相较于上半年可能还是接近9%的一个增长，还是一个比较明显的增长。我们对于这个新的目标，下半年的能见度有多高这是第一个问题，谢谢。
Thank you, management, for taking my question. This is Tim from Morgan Stanley. I got two questions. One is on the material cut to the revenue guidance for next year. So I would like to know more about the reasons behind this. Why? Because the management has talked a little bit about that. I wonder, why do we choose at this time point to adjust our growth strategy? Is it because of the external factors, or is it because of the market or any challenges that we're facing on the operational level? So why the company taking this prudent approach when it comes to deliveries? And as you revise down the revenue guidance as well as the delivery pace, I was wondering whether we have a lot more visibility into the deliveries in the second half of the year, because we have delivered significantly a lot more in the first half, as the current data suggests. So would like to know more about that. Thank you.
你好，我是王钊，我来回答这个问题。今年后半年，我们对公司的整体战略是有所调整的，尤其是获取 OC 之后，第二季度正好是一个完整的试运营的一个季度。所以我们发现现在重点
That's in Chinese, obviously. EHang is Chinese, so there'll be translation. Just stand by.
客户购买产品，安全有序的常态化运营起来，放缓订单、交付放量的节奏。
This is Wang Zhao. I will take your question. You're right. In the second half of the year, we have made a strategic adjustments to our overall company strategy. That's because we have obtained the OC. That's when we started to focus more on the operations. So the focus is to shift on providing more support services to existing clients to help them establish regular operations for the products they have already purchased safely and systematically.
需要强调的是，这个调整不是因为市场需求不足，而是由于我们坚持以安全为核心，采取更加稳健的发展策略，不一味的追求短期规模的快速扩张，希望把重心放在安全可持续的开展商业化运营上。因此，我们非常谨慎的调低了。
I'm struggling to keep the audio levels level, but you can practice your Chinese as well.
Insufficient market demand, but rather because we want to maintain safety as our core principle and adopt a more prudent development strategy. We are not blindly pursuing rapid short-term expansion, but instead focusing on safe and sustainable commercial operations. Therefore, we have cautiously lowered our full-year revenue guidance based on our current order. So that's that.
公司基于目前在手的订单，对完成全年5亿的收入目标具有充足的信心。谢谢。
And based on the current order backlog at hand, we are, and the company is confident in achieving the full year revenue target of 500 million RMB.
好的，感谢管理层的回答啊。那我第二个问题是有关于就是 OC 取证这一块因为我记得我们一季度的时候也包含这一次的财报也提到了，就是有2张 OC 的这个运证的这个取
This is
得。
the cargo version of the
目前
drone or
在客户
eVTOL.
端或者是往下半年去看的话，大概整体帮我们客户端OC 取证的这个流程跟进展如何？因为这可能也跟我们下半年往后持续交付有关，所以想听听管理层这块的更新，谢谢。
And the second question is on OC because the two EH216S operators have obtained the operating certificates from the CAAC in Q1. So I was wondering if management could share more color or give us an update on the progress as well as the the process in terms of the OC application on the client side. So could management give us an update on that? Thank you.
我是王钊，我来回答这个问题。那么我们获得了 OC 之后呢，我们已经展开了分阶段的运营模式，目前处于第2阶段的载人试运营的过程，不断优化流程和这个服务，并且探索一些新的包括双机坪、运营效率提升这样的模式，以便能够让它的商业化价值量更高。
This is Wang Zhao. I will answer this question. So after the two operators obtained the certificates, they are now adopting a phased operational approach and are currently in the second phase of passenger trial operations. They're continuously optimizing the processes and services. They are exploring the dual helipad operation model. So this is to increase the commercial value.
我们现存的客户当看到我们获得了 OC 证之后，都非常的兴奋，并且在整个过程中对我们保持不断的关注。所以说
I'm sorry about the audio. It's keeping me on top of my toes. I'm trying to regulate it for you, but it's just so many levels.
I would like to emphasize that the existing customers saw that our operators have obtained the OCs, so they have shown significant interest in this. Also, we are now widely recognized by the market, so there's a lot of attention on us. So I would say that the OC instills a very strong confidence in the current customers as well as the potential customers.
对于客户来说，现在有2个选择。第一是像我们一样，组织好所有的信息、团队、公司，并且申报运营合格证。在这方面，我们会给客户提供大量的技术支持。第2种选择呢，就是客户可以把他们运营点位，以委托运行的方式交给我们。
Don't go anywhere. The XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin event just after this with Martyn, and maybe Sensei as well.
Right now, our clients have 2 options in front of them. One of them is that they can put together a dedicated team, put together all the information required for the OC application process. And during this process, we would provide full technical support in their OC application. And the other model for the client is to go through the hosting for agent approach, where we would apply the OC on their behalf. Both models are progressing fairly well at the moment.
感谢管理层。
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Fiona Ling from Bank of America. The line's open.
各位管理层好，我是美银证券的研究员 Fiona 梁，那我这边也有2条问题想请教各位管理层。
I do apologize for the audio. I can't do anything about it. This is the loudest I can play it.
能否请领导们给我们拆一下，就是现在这个时点我们海外和国内的一个订单待手订单的情况，以及基于我们现在的待手订单，我们怎么看待明后年我们的这个订单的转化率。
This is Fiona from Bank of America Securities. I got 2 questions. One is on the order backlog. So what is the breakdown for the orders that currently at hand? I mean, in terms of how many of them is from domestic customers and how many of them are from overseas customers, and whether that provides any visibility in terms of the conversion rate for the orders from the year after and the year after next. Thank you.
我是 Connor， 我来回答。目前我们2季度新增的这个150架的这个订单，跟这并不是框架协议，而是都是已经签署购销协议的这个比较确认的这个订单哈。那客户未来会按照这个需求来分批下单转化。这里面呢，当然可能大概将近90%是在国内的订单，有将近10%是海外的订单。
This is Connor. I'll take your question. In Q2, we obtained 150 new orders. I want to emphasize that these are not framework agreements. These are purchase agreements that we have signed with these customers, and these orders, so the clients will, purchase these. So to purchase these devices, so we'll place the order with us in batches, and that will convert into actual sales and revenue. To give you a rough breakdown, 90% of the sales are with the domestic clients, and 10% of them are with overseas customers. Thank you.
有个趋势就是这个海外的这个需求呢，我们看到就是。
Would you like to fly one of these? I can see the chat. Let me know if you would fly one of these if you had the option, if you had the opportunity.
公布，但这个目前看到这个海外的需求呢，比过往要非常的就是强烈，非常的强烈。
There is a trend that we have spotted that there is a significant more demand for our pilotless vehicles from the overseas market. There are several orders of significant volume that are in negotiation. We will disclose them whenever we finalize these purchase agreements. However, we want to emphasize that there's a lot more demand for our pilotless vehicles from the overseas market. So that's the trend we have spotted. Thank you.
明白。那我第二个问题是关于我们最新的这个 V20的机型的，因为看到公司也是在7月底在这个珠海举行了这个展出了这个机型，并且这个机型也是在珠海地区已经试运行1年时间。那请问就是对这个 VT20的机型，我们现在有没有任何的适航认证并且商业化的这个规划？
My second question is on the VT20 model, because we have saw that we debuted this model in the Zhuhai exhibition in July, and we are aware that this model has been under flight testing for roughly a year. We also noticed that particularly the test flights have been conducted in the Greater Bay Area. Do we have any plans for airworthiness certification and commercialization of this model? Thank you.
That's a good question.
我是王钊，我来回答这个问题。目前在珠海常态化运行的 VT20系列的这个物流机是小型无人机，所以这款飞机是不需要做适航认证的。目前我们还在完善中的大型物流机，它是需要适航认证的，但是基于我们现在已经具备的适航认证经验，以及物流款在用于非载人目的，它的适航认证会简单很多。
So this is Wang Yao. The VT20 series logistic aircraft currently operating regularly in Zhuhai are small UAVs that do not require airworthiness certification. The large logistic aircraft models that are still being refined do require airworthiness certification. But given the experience that we have in the application of airworthiness certification application, I think the progress will be much faster than the previous models. Thank you.
好的，
从我们角度来讲，任何一款飞行器或者任何一个业务，我们都是首先把安全放在第一位，并且把常态化商业运营作为我们的目标。所以在这条航线上呢，我们也是。
I'm sorry about the audio. I'm doing my best. Do you have any Chinese speakers in the audience? Let me know in the chat.
有后续开展商业化运营的目标。谢谢。
We in the progress of developing any new models or rolling out any new model, we always place our top priority on safety, and we aim to achieve sustainable long-term commercial operations for all of these models that we have rolled out. So our approach is to start with these smaller sized logistic models and gradually transfer or transition or shift to those large logistic models. And we do have commercial plans for these large commercial pilotless vehicles in the future. Thank you.
感谢管理层的回答。我的问题就到这儿。
Yeah, that concludes my questions. Thank you, management, for answering my questions.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Alan Lau from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
喂，听到吗？我是Jefferies 的分析员Alan Lau，感谢给我这个提问的机会然后想问一下，因为公司其实对于今年全年的这个指引有一些调整，所以想问一下，可能展望明年的话会不会有一个比较大的增长？这个是第一个问题。
This is Alan from Jefferies. Notice that we've made a strategic adjustment in terms of the revenue guidance. Wondering, will we notice a notable or material increase in the revenue growth for next year? So that's the first question.
我是 Connor， 我来回答这个问题啊。刚刚之前我们也一直提到，就是说今年以安全为重，然后我们展开这种各项的这个准备，然后为了这个能够打造更多的这个示范的运营点啊，所以我们在战略上将今年的这个交付的这个步伐呢放缓。我们相信呢，经过比如说半年的这样子一个准备啊，到了明年的话，我们觉得明年的这个增速肯定是会远高于今年的同比增速。
This is Connor. We have mentioned that we are going to place a lot of our focus on safety, and we're going to put more efforts into preparing some of these projects and build them into demonstrating projects across nationwide. So that's the strategic adjustment that based on that, we have made a strategic adjustment of slowing down the deliveries for the second half of the year. But however, we are confident that we are going to have a significant faster growth for next year. I think with about half a year time, that would be sufficient for us to make the adjustment.
谢谢。我第二个问题是想请教一下，就是说看到近期其实刚才管理层也提到海外的这个需求比较火爆啊，然后看到一些友商海外签单也比较多，所以看到咱们其实也有提到二季度应该有些销售是在日本，所以想问一下，就是说方便分享一下就是海外的一些就比如日本或者泰国的一些进展，以及可能从量级上来讲大概会到什么样的水平呢？谢谢。
Next question is on orders from the overseas market. Recently, your competitors have signed many overseas markets. We also noticed that EHang has signed an order with a Japanese client. So I was wondering, could the management share the company's overseas business progress, such as any sales breakthroughs in Thailand or Japan? On the order volume level, what would that be? Can management give an update on that? Thank you.
That's a good question.
我是 Connor。今年在海外呢，我刚刚也提到，就是说我们看到有很显著的这个需求啊。那我觉得我们希望在半年内能够将这个海外的这个商业化运营能够正式的开展，这是我们的目标。目前呢，举个例来讲，比如说在泰国，我们跟泰国监管机构呢，在商业化推动的上，运营上取得。
Zach, I've been watching the chat. What are you doing in the chat?
目前第一个阶段呢，我们会在这个泰国的芭提雅沿线，还有这个曼谷展开几个月的试飞。那希望在这个试飞之后呢，能够拿到这个泰国民航局在 Sandbox 商业上的一个许可证，能够率先的启动海外的商业化运营。那一旦这个能推行化，我们会拓展到更多的泰国的一些旅游点，比如说普吉岛，比如说苏梅岛，那甚至可以那这个对于东南亚很多国家都有示范作用。而且我们在推广的这个沙盒运营是从 A 点到 B 点，那如果一旦在海外这个能推展成功的话，对这个国内的这个商业化运营也是有促进的作用。
This is Connor. We did notice a stronger demand from the overseas market, and our goal is to obtain commercial operations within 6 months. Our collaboration with the Thailand regulators have been progressing fairly well in terms of the moving into commercial operation. So right now our approach is to deepen the sandbox testing model. So in the first phase, we'll conduct many test flights along the Pattaya and Bangkok area. So our hope is to achieve commercial operation after obtaining the certificates from the Thailand regulators. So once that has been proven successful, we can replicate and bring this model, expand our commercial operations into many other islands, tourism islands in Thailand, for example, Sumay Island. So I believe this would serve as a role model for many potential markets in Southeast Asia. So one thing to notice that this sandbox-based test is from point A to point B. So once we obtain the certificate for this commercial operation, this would also provide a lot of more experience in terms of helping to secure commercial operations in China. Thank you.
然后另外一个海外的沙河区，我们在推广的。
what I was laughing at, I will rewind the video. Let's have a look. This guy is having the time of his life. Look at him. Bless him. He's really enjoying it. Look at that. He looks so happy. It's just me having a laugh.
那这个也是从 A 点到 B 点的这种方式。
Another similar project or test flights we are advancing is the sandbox test area in UAE, Abu Dhabi. So we are partnering with the local partners. So we are conducting test flights in order to obtain the certificate from the local regulators. So again, like I said, this is a point A to point B route test flights.
谢谢管理层，很清晰啊，我就问到这儿，谢谢。
Thank you, management, for your answers. That's pretty clear. Thanks.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Ronald Zhou from Citi. The line's open.
各位领导大家好，我是那个中信机械的周荣元。然后我这边还有2个特别小的问题啊，一个就是其实我们之前提到过，我们是以一个以销定产的生产模式来去做。
Yeah, sorry about the audio. I can't do anymore. It's the best I've been doing. It's all over the place. The audio levels is just.
就比如说是
Sorry.
适应的年产1000架的这个计划还会执行吗？这是第一个小问题。还有第2个小问题是，就是如果是我们以现在这种指引的这个情况下，我们2025年的这个 CapEx 的这个支出的指引，会有什么样相应的变化吗？我有这2个小问题，谢谢。
This is Romian Zhou from CITIC. I was wondering, in the previous strategic model, our production is actually based on our sales. I was wondering if we, after making the adjustment on the revenue reduction, I was wondering if we would still pursue the production-based expansion plan with an annual production capacity of 1,000 units. And with that, will that feed into, will that be any changes in terms of the 2025 CapEx? Thank you.
我是 Connor。目前呢，我们在云浮生产基地呢，还是按照原计划今年年底能够达到1000台的这个年产能。那目前1000台的这个年产能应该可以确保我们未来的这个交付。那当然，未来我们会明年的话就会按照这个对之后的这个预估来这个持续扩张。那我们也是这个坚持以销定产的策略。目前扩张是为了更长期的需求，还有更多的机型比如说 VP35，比如说这个新的这个消防机型做前瞻性的这个准备。
This is Connor. We would continue pursue our production-based expansion in the Yunfu. So the annual production capacity, according to plan, is 1,000 units per year. That would guarantee our future deliveries. And in terms of the production expansion, I think that will reflect some changes, based on the estimates of deliveries, but it will continue to expand for two reasons. One is to prepare for the long-term demand of different customers. Second, this expansion is to prepare for deliveries of diverse models, including the VT-30 model, as well as many fire rescue or firefighting models.
然后2025年的这个 CapEx 资本支出呢，目前指引跟之前提到一样是没有变化的，目前也是在这个预计4000万美元。
And in terms of the 2025 capex, that would remain consistent with our previous disclosure that is at $40 million and remains unchanged in terms of the 2025 capital expenditure guidance.
好的，谢谢领导，谢谢。
All right, thank you, management.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Laura Lee from Deutsche Bank. The line's open.
Hey, thank you for taking my question. So I'd like to ask, how should we think about your business model as a eVTOL service provider, as you mentioned earlier? So basically, what's your role and how's the revenue generation will be like? And also, will this be a long-term strategy or mostly just for the initial stage of operations?
感谢管理层有提问，我想问一下，在我们做了相应的战略调整之后，交付调整之后，那我想问一下，那我们公司的这种战略定位是属于更多的从机型销售这个层面上来获取利润，还是从更多的服务我们的已经采购的客户，给他们提供更多的技术支持和服务上面？从这个角度来去探索更多的营收，所以我们如何去定位我们的公司，还是说这只是一个短期的这样一个调整？
我是王章，我来回答这个问题。首先，这回的这个战略调整呢，它严格意义上来讲是针对不同的。
Bear with me, we've got about 10 minutes of the call left, 10-15 minutes, and then I will give you my predictions for the market, for EHang, for Joby Archer, for vertical aerospace, for this and next week. So bear with me. And then Martyn Lucas, the big XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin pump.
I think that our adjustment is an in-time adjustment to the development phase of the UAV sector. Previously, in a couple of years, we put most of our efforts in pursuing POC, making sure that we can produce a model that can fly and that can be sold. And the strategic target for this year is to make sure that we will pursue commercial operations for these existing clients.
俗话说万事开头难，那么我们第一款飞行器通过适航审定就是一件耗时巨大且非常艰难的事情，但是我们成功了。那么我们让这款飞行器以常态化的方式运营起来，并且获得运营收入，我们也依然要克服很多困难，但我相信我们也必然会进入到这个阶段里面来。所以我们每做出一种突破，对市场都是一种非常对市场都有强劲的推动作用。
I think it's very hard to start any new business or a new initiative. I think our success in obtaining the airworthiness for our very first UAV model has proven the success. And at this moment, our goal is to pursue sustainable long-term commercial operation for this model. We admit there is going to be a lot of challenges and obstacles along the way. However, we are confident in overcoming them. Every time we made a breakthrough in terms of the challenges that we made, it instills a sense of confidence into the market.
所以未来我们的商业模式将向着eVTOL 制造商。
I'll show you a video. Let me know if you know. Do you know who this is? Let me know in the chat.
大量的支撑服务，让客户的飞行器全部安全的飞起来。我们现在做出的所有的努力，包括无论是尝试委托运行，还是与局方共同推进试点培训，都是为了解决目前客户遇到的问题。 那么推动整个市场正向发展。
So going forward, our business model will be positioned as a eVTOL producer plus a operation service provider. We will be providing supporting services for all of our clients, ensuring that they can fly their eVTOLs safely. All of our efforts, for example, in conducting the test trainings and etc., are positioned to address all the challenges encountered by our clients. And we are confident that in advancing the industry along with our customers together.
所以当这些问题逐步解决的时候，我们就会向市场客户交付更多的飞行器。 因为飞行已在不存在障碍。
一下，第一个问题的话是关于可能稍微细一点，就是我们看到前面也有提到 Q2 有
domestic customers and one from Japan。
另外，二季度新增的这个150架呢，again 这个是已经都签的这个购销合同的这个购销协议的 firm order。那这里面呢，国内占多数啊，大概9成多一点，然后将近1成是来自于海外。
And in terms of the 150 units, these are firm orders with signed purchase agreements, and to give you a breakdown, 90% of them are from domestic customers, and 10% of them are from overseas markets.
我是王钊，我来回答第二个问题。关于电池这块，我整体说一下吧。
This is the logistic version of the aircraft. You can see on the footage right next to me.
包括渠道合作和多方向的布局，持续探索动力系统的优化空间。我们跟巨湾、国轩高科、新界能源等电池厂商均达成了合作，探讨研发不同方向的电池解决方案。
This is Wang Zhao. I'll take your second question on the solid-state battery initiative. So currently the company is adopting a dual multi-battery R&D strategy. That means we are pursuing multi-channel cooperation plus multi-directional deployment. We're exploring the optimization opportunities for power systems. At the moment, we have established partnerships with battery manufacturers, including G1, Goshen High Tech, and Xinjie Energy to explore the different battery solution development directions.
好的，感谢两位管理层。
Right, thank you very much for your answers.
我继续说一下，就电池的研发，我们
Won't be long, few minutes, bear with me. I'll give you my market predictions for all the eVTOL companies, Archer, EHang, Joby, Vertical, and then the big pump event for XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin with Martyn.
So to elaborate on the question, just to make a quick add, so there are several directions that we're exploring with the battery R&D. Firstly, we are working to resolve the challenges of battery fast charging and discharging and lifespan issues to increase the daily flight operations. And then the second direction is to develop universal cyclical batteries to reduce the adaptation costs. And the third one is to do research on the semi-solid state batteries.
第4个是推进固态电池的研发，并且取得了显著成果。EHang是全球首个将固态电池装上eVTOL并真机实飞的企业。续航时间去年10月份发布过48分钟，现在已提升到了65分钟。那么目前消防和物流飞机已经能够突破1小时的飞行时间，并且固态电池目前正在试航验证中，预计年底能完成认证。谢谢。
And the last direction we're working on the battery R&D is the solid state battery development, which has achieved significant results. So EHang is the world's first to install solid state batteries on eVTOL aircraft and conduct actual flights, as we have demonstrated in last year. So we have successfully increased the flight duration from to 48 minutes. And last year, we have successfully brought it to 66 minutes now. So currently, our firefighting and logistic aircraft can exceed 1 hour of flight time. And one thing to note is that we are actively applying for the airworthiness for the solid state battery on the eVTOL model. We are estimating to have the application reviewed and successfully granted by the end of the year. Thank you.
Seeing no more questions in the queue, let me turn the call back to Ms. Ann for closing remarks.
好，感谢各位参加今天我们的业绩电话会。因为时间原因，我们今天就先到此为止。那么后面大家如果有更多的问题，欢迎联系我们的投资者关系。那另外的，在我们的 IR 网站上，大家可以看到我们后续有非常多的投资者的交流的活动，也非常期待在线下跟各位股东和投资人在做深度的进一步的交流。再次感谢大家的关注，我们期待下一次的业绩电话会，我们再见。好，谢谢。
Thank you all again. This concludes the call. You may now disconnect.
Wow, what a call. Thank you everyone for staying with me. I can imagine it could be a bit challenging to listen to it. First of all, the audio, sorry about that. I couldn't do much more. I've been doing my best. The directors, their audio level was here. The translator, who's done, by the way, amazing job, because it's a native English speaker by his accent, and he just, he nailed it. His level was here. The lady doing the phone call was somewhere here, and then the people asking questions were somewhere in between. So it was all over the place. I was trying to bring it up, bring it down, keep it reasonable for you. Thank you for bearing with me. I could see we have some EHang investors. I could see some of you were saying you bought in at about $16. Couldn't see any long-term investors in the chat. Do we have any long-term investors? Or do we have somebody who just bought in recently, say last quarter? What do you think of the earnings call? We all agree that this goofbag, or what's his name, Speed, it was just, do you want to see the video again? Do you want me to comment on the video? Because I hate this video. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah. Whether it's, let's get a bit serious. I don't think EHang will be adapted in the Western aerospace probably for 2 years. It's very challenging. The regulations are very, very, very demanding compared to the Eastern markets. But EHang are well aware of that. They know what they can play with. They know their target market, their target customers, and they are focusing on this. And they have massive advantage because they are rolling out their aircraft. They are proving their concept. They are showing it's working. They are carrying passengers, and they are now entering the revenue phase. So they are the first ever eVTOL manufacturer in the revenue phase. Whether they are slowly fading in or whether they are in the revenue phase as of this quarter, there's not much of a difference. You could hear the order book, you could hear the production capability, you could hear the guidance as well, which I think is quite a sensible thing, because I would rather see adjusted guidance from the company and know that there's some realistic numbers than some false promises that can't be delivered, and then the crash would be much lower. So in terms of EHang, let's have a look at the chart, and I will give you. Do you want me? If you want, we have 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes before Martyn starts his next event, his crypto event. So if you have any questions about EHang, any eVTOLs, fire them away in the chat. And I will give you my prediction. I did it on my last Saturday show, and I think I was quite bang on, because I told you Archer last week would be $9. It went below $9. I think it hit $8.60. Joby was going to be $14. It did. And Vertical, I said $4.80. It hit $4.60. So if you entered these stocks at these prices, well done. So we had a sell-off pre-market today on the back of the earnings. Obviously, EHang, I think their all-time high or their most recent high was about $22. We are now operating in the region $19 and $16. Obviously, big sell-off in last 2 days, but I think $16 is a reasonable price on the back of fundamentals. Don't follow this as a financial advice, and don't take this as a chart analysis. I'm basing this on the fundamentals, where I see the eVTOL market going, back of the news, market sentiment. If you want proper, thorough breakdown, tune in tomorrow to Sensei's morning show. Go on the show and say, Vas sent me, and Vas asked me to remind you, please, tell him please, because we want to be nice. Tell him, Sensei, please do EHang chart, and he will do it for you for free. Because if you say Vas sent me, he will do it. So yeah, on the back of the fundamentals, the earnings, the market reaction, everything, I think $16 is not a bad entry point. However, I would wait a couple of days. You can see the chart. Yeah, give it a couple of days, see where it consolidates. It might go a bit lower, then it will be much better entry point. If you are there for a long run, you know, obviously the targets I mentioned at the beginning of the show, $22 up to 26, or I think 28, and we have one for I think 32. So long term EHang, you could hear the fundamentals looks pretty solid. Vertical aerospace, you can see the chart. As I said last week, yeah, we hit all the way to 460. Now we recovered up to 520, 508, 501 closing bell. I think we will stick to this level, and then it will be slight upside. I don't want to brag, but I bought it at 460, 470. I think I hit the golden bottom. With Vertical Aerospace, there'll be a special coming out for you as an investor. There'll be a little investor's handbook or little guidance for Vertical and for Archer as well. So if you wanna stay tuned, if you wanna see some more updates, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. I believe all of you, as I can see the chat, all of you are subscribed. But if you are watching this, you don't want to miss out, and you don't want to miss out on any more updates and content on EHang, definitely join us and subscribe. So Vertical, I think you have great entry point. If you want to wait for the dip below $5, I think we can do it this week, but what I can see, it will go up. We have a lot of news lined up in the pipeline again, but bear with me for the live special, for the live show. We have Joby. Go away, ads. Joby again. I saw this. We on the back of the earnings. There was a pump. There was some good news. We touched $19. There was a big sell-off. on the back of the macro. The eVTOL market, the sentiment is cooling down. So what you can see now, we hit 14 again, multiple times. Again, if you ask Sensei tomorrow morning, he can have a look at the chart for you, for Joby. But what he's been saying, the support, $14, testing multiple times. I would not be surprised if before the end of the year, not before the end of the year, in next few weeks, we hit the level between 13 and 1250. And I think that's the lowest we can go fundamentally with Joby. Again, it's not financial advice, just my own opinion and my investment strategies. And Archer, I watched the chart today. I sort of reflected on the fundamentals. Earnings, again, there was a sell-off. Where are we? There was a big sell-off here on the earnings. We hit 980. Sorry, well, no, it's not the earnings. let me switch to this. This is the earnings sell-off. No, it's not. What am I doing? That's the earnings sell-off. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Right, let me zoom out. That's the thing. If you are in doubt, zoom out. So this was the earnings sell-off. We almost hit $8. There was a pump. We broke through the $10. But I told you on the earnings call, don't chase it. Give it a few days. Yes, I told you there was a good entry point, entry level bit below the $9, which if you would have done, you would still be in black numbers. You wouldn't be in red. But yeah, there was a pump, $10, and then it went all down and it's been sort of cooling off. So for the coming weeks, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm actually waiting for it to buy Archer at the level between sort of around 850 and maybe lower. Again, it's not a financial advice. Tune in to Sensei's show, ask him to do the full chart analysis. This is just on the back of the fundamentals, what I can see, the news, how the eVTOL market has been reacting, the sentiment. So I think I covered all of it, what you have been requesting. We are now looking at the chat. Zach is talking Japanese on the Chinese company's earnings call. Yes, thank you everyone for taking part in the event. Thank you for staying with me. Great audience. Not so great audio quality, but yeah, I'm glad you stay with me. We don't have any more questions, so the next event will be the 100K event, probably tomorrow, or more than likely tomorrow. Next video is the one with Martyn, the XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, crypto pump. In the morning, Sensei's breakfast show or pre-market show, his market forecast. Ask him for EHang chart. I'll preempt it, so he will do it for you for free. If you say Vaz sent me, Vaz is asking, can you do the EHang chart? He will do it for you. And then probably Thursday, Friday, I'll be back online with your little investor guidebook for vertical aerospace and Archer aviation. And then obviously my Saturday show. Same place, different time. That's Saturday morning if you are in the United States, and Saturday late lunch if you are in Europe. If you are in Australia, you will have to have late night. Right, I'm going to send you to Martyn's event. I can't see any link pinned in the chat. Oh, there is. If you go on top of the chat, there is a link pinned, and I think if you stay where you are, it should take you right to the event. If you are watching this, there's a video related to this content. There's another video. That's it for now. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves and each other.